Kevin Samuels, he's someone that I hated at the beginning, and then after like simmering down my big ego, I realized that there's a lot that everyone can take from him, and he's very much like that wise uncle who will tell you what you need to hear and doesn't care how you're going to take it. And I think if people do kind of just listen with their ears, not their ego, we would see that he had a lot of gems. Undeniably, he had a lot of gems to give.
Yeah, man. Big up the guy, man. You know me, yeah, I didn't even really rock with him like that. And not rock with him, I didn't really know who he was until he kind of passed and that. And some people on Twitter were saying, yeah, Lindsay's the new Kevin Samuels. Yo, they're trying to kill me, I'll sex somebody go. What do, man? Come on, man.
Yeah, Kevin Samuels, R.I.P., man. He was a beacon for a lot of men who were lost and feel like they didn't have a voice. But whether he's someone to follow, I always disputed, because I don't know if a man can tell you how to hold a high-value woman if he hasn't got one. It's like getting advice for how to be a footballer for someone who doesn't play football. So Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate, all of these guys of these ilk, I know their voices for a lot of young men, but the young men need to know that these men haven't found the high-value women and showed us how to love them. So for me, Denzel Washington, Nipsey Hussle, they set better examples when you're talking about how to be with a high-value woman and have longevity.
See, with Kevin Samuels, I actually watched some of his stuff. I'm not like the biggest fan of Kevin Samuels, but one thing I did notice, like there's a lot of influencers rising right now, especially this red pill community where they're just anti-women, just throwing stuff at women. And do you know what? I feel like even though Kevin Samuel was a bit harsh, I do feel like he was quite fair. Because I did see him roasting men as well. Like, I saw videos of him literally saying, why should a woman want you? You're fat, you ain't got a job. But I think those videos didn't get a lot of traction because men aren't really as emotional as women. I feel like women, I don't know if it's like a natural thing. I don't think we can take criticisms as much as men can. So the videos where he was roasting women, they got a lot more traction. So everyone thinks he's anti-women. And I personally, just because I've seen both sides of the coin, I don't feel like he's anti-women. I feel like he's just a very harsh personality. He says I can't say it's the objective truth, but he's just very direct. And I think we do need some influences like that. We were just going to say it as it is. Because in society, we do have a lot of women that take the piss out of men. Like, we do have that. And sometimes we need people that are going to say it. Like, you can't do that, girl. And we need also influence that are going to be fair enough to also turn to the other side, the men, and say, listen, you a bum. Ain't no one going to want you. So I feel like he's doing the Lord's work. That's how I feel about him. And obviously, RIP to him. It must be sad for his family. So yeah, condolences to his family, really.
Oi, the Kevin Samuels passing was mad because it's like he was building such a cult following, and it's like, Lord knows where he would have been now if he was still here, because the traction he was picking up was crazy. And to see some of the people celebrating his death as well, yeah, like the demographic of those people, like, it was sad, innit? But I don't know, that's the society we live in right now, to be honest. So yeah, he was, bro, like, I think I was probably at a point of when he passed, I was seeing something of his every single day. Do you know what I mean? On YouTube, he had the algorithm in a chokehold, bruv. So, like, yeah, man, he really opened, like, the floodgates for that kind of content, innit? And people still continue to thrive off it. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, no one ever wants to be happy with someone dying, regardless of his point of views. Of, he might have been a bit, I don't know if he's misogynist, but I've seen him speak in the same manner to men as well. Like, oh, well, you fat, you broke. What makes you feel you're gonna get a woman? You got a small dick too, like, so.
I don't know, I feel like, not saying that this is what brought it around, but just put out a bit more positive energy maybe. And I saw him drinking a lot of Red Bulls, you know. I saw him drinking a lot of Red Bulls. That's not good for your heart. So stay away from Red Bulls. Just everyone out there, that kind of caffeine is not good for you.
You know what? I've never really watched his stuff, but there was a lot of controversy. I saw little clips online and stuff, and there's certain things you can't agree with. You know, some people, you know, a clock is right twice a day. So sometimes you'd say certain things, I'd be like, all right, cool, can understand where he's coming from. But me, I'm not going to get behind any misogyny as a man, personally. I think because of patriarchy and the way that we look at the world as men and the way that men have molded the world, certain people can say things and get away with it. But me personally, it's sad when people die, but I think he's always going to be remembered for being controversial, but also sometimes telling the truth, you know. But yeah, again, indifferent, man.
Yeah, man, the Chris KABA thing was mad, because obviously from all the details that I've heard, there's just no real justifiable reason for them to have shot him, do you know what I'm saying? Don't matter if you think, because my thing is, look, don't matter what you think man's got on him and you didn't have anything on him, so clearly they didn't know we had anything on him. So therefore it's like, bro, do your job, innit? Like, it's not your job to shoot people, it's a job to arrest people, or more specifically to protect, and I don't know what their tagline is, but it doesn't matter what happens, you can never justify shooting an unarmed man, so rest up him. And boy, I don't know what's going on with the legalities of what's happened, but something needs to happen, bruv, because it's fucked up, you get me?
No, that was disgusting. It was just another reminder of, like, from Mark Duggan times till now, that nothing much has changed. For them to kill for the police to kill an unarmed man, without sirens, without no warning, actually for no reason, when is it going to end, you know? Like, no, it's actually heartbreaking, to be honest.
This one hurt my soul, man. It's really, really hurt my soul. I've been working with the family to try and support them and just, yeah, raise awareness of this issue in terms of, you know, state-assisted deaths and killings by the police, especially of black people, but all people, predominantly working class people in this country. But black people don't get justice when it comes to deaths in police custody, deaths at the hands of police. You know, there's Azelle Rodney, there's so many people, Joy Gardner. People are still campaigning for justice. So Chris KABA, that really hurt my soul, because that could have been any one of us. You know, that could have been anyone driving their car, and the police haven't followed protocol, and they're going to try and cover up their tracks, which they do. Not every police officer has that outlook, but there's a lot of corrupt police officers that will just serve themselves and do what they want to do. So that really, really hurt my soul, you know, and I'm going to keep supporting the family in their quest for justice, because that could be any one of us, and we can't wait for that to hit our doorstep for us to be outraged and be behind it. And yeah, we've got to support the family. So yeah, RIP to Chris KABA.
Violation, man. We need justice on that serious thing, big and grown. It can't keep on happening. Not that it's not that, like, there's no excuse. Do you get what I'm saying? Everyone needs, like, if he, even if he did have a gun, he needs his day in court. You can't just shoot him, man. What the hell? This ain't the Wild West. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think there's been a lot involving police brutality and just conduct that has made people kind of open their eyes. I mean, we look at Mark Duggan, which was however many years ago, and we're still faced with the same problems. We're still trying to overcome the same problems, and I just hope that it doesn't just become another name that we say every now and then, and that people do kind of stay focused on that change that we desperately need. I think it's very sad, and I just hope that people are able to find a way to make a change, no matter how small it may be. I think we should all be dedicated to creating better for ourselves.
RIP Chris KABA. Obviously I was out from Mark Duggan, so this is something that I've been campaigning against for more than 10 years now. It was devastating to hear. Just support for Jefferson and the whole family. We was there at the protests, doing close body protection for the family. We was there at the funeral, and we're going to support the campaign right until the wheels fall off. Justice for Chris KABA.
KABA, I mean, that's, again, it shows how powerless we are sometimes in society, right? that these things can happen and there's no consequences that come with it. And what I hated the most was I was hearing man them saying that, yeah, well, he was a gang member. Why are we only chatting rubbish now? Because, the police have shot him. When the other gangs are clean, what are you saying? That's got nothing to do with it. The police shot an the police shot an unarmed man, right? They shot him and killed him. They shot him in the head. Can you imagine that? That's shoot to kill. And the police policy in the UK is not shoot to kill. So there's something that's gone wrong, right, that we should need to admit to. There needs to be some form of consequence, because they can't keep killing us and getting away with it, right? We saw it with Mark Duggan again, right? So this has happened again. So we need some form of justice to show that, you know what, things can make a move and things can change, because without it, we're all going to feel powerless. But the honest truth is that what can we as black people do when things like this happen? We go for a march, we talk about it, after that it dies down, people move on. There needs to be some form of actionable thing that keeps the momentum going, that it doesn't stop. Thug, you know what? You see this whole Young Thug YSL thing, right? I see it as like, I've been on the roads, right? It's fake, man. It's fake, man. We've been led a lie. The oldest feeds you lies. The whole gang mentality feeds you lies. Because I'll tell you the truth, right? Who do I hang around with right now that I used to hang around with when I was 15, 16, 17, 18? Not many people, if any at all, right? And look, these young people, you grow up with people in your areas, you think, yeah, this is my friend. They're not really your friend, you just got the same locality to them. Yeah, you're in the same area as them. And more times, as you get older, you won't be hanging around with the same people, but then you're forced to kind of represent a gang or an area and be part of it. And a lot of you will never live to a certain age. But then what happens, when you get nicked, it all goes mad. It all goes mad. Look at everyone now turning on Young Thug, whether he's instructed it or not. But look at that, everyone's copping pleas. Like, yeah, I've done it. The police are always watching, man. The police know everything that's going on. There's always a snitch somewhere. There's always an informant somewhere. There's always an informant in a group, right? Someone taught me that one time, so that a policeman told me, there's always an informant in a group. There's always someone that's ready to talk, right? And once he talks, everyone's going down. So I'll just tell young people, look at the YSL and see what happened with them.
It's a weird one. Again, with this Young Thug thing, I'm not really too educated on it, but you live by the roads, you die by the roads, innit? So I think that one's simple maths, innit?
Free Thugger, man. Free Thugger. America's a bit different, man. It's weird. Like, what I do know in America, like Bobby, you know you can't take the stand in America, innit? Mm. Like Bobby, you know, like when you had your robbery, if you went to trial and you want to stand on the stand and say I didn't do it, yeah, they say you're a snitch. Bobby, that's the truth. You can't hit the stand at all, bro. Swear down. You can't hit the stand at all. You see man are up for murder and they let these barristers talk for them, bro. America's a bit weird. Again, I don't know the ins and outs. Free Thugger, innit? Thugger's the truth, but again, it's just like, I believe, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe it's an attack on black culture, black art. I believe cause he's the richest, don't mean he's the baddest on that squad, don't mean he's but you know what I'm saying? We're from the streets, Bobby, we're all from the streets in this room, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the baddest man ain't always the richest man, but the richest man is never the baddest man. Do you know what I'm saying? So them putting him at the top is attack on the culture, man.
You know what? I stopped listening to that guy in 2013 when I couldn't understand his song. I'm not even gonna lie, so I'm not really sensationalist like that. But yeah, I don't even know too much of the story, if I'm being real. But Young Thug's not really been one on my radar as a rapper. He had that one tune which no one really understood. But yeah, it was a banger. But I don't listen to his music, so I don't really check for his life, put it that way.
You say, push him, please. Push him, please. The man them are doing a lot over there, man. They're doing slime dirty. I don't know what's going on over there, because one man dropped and it's like dominoes, like bare man's just dropping. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Everyone thinks they're a detective and a lawyer now, and they're saying, oh, they did it because this, and fuck must have said that, and you man ain't following the case sharp, man. You don't really know what's going on over there, realistically. So it's never that straightforward. It's never that simple, but you know, and who knows what they've done and haven't done, I don't know. So it's hard for me to speak on it too tough, but you know, I hope everyone that's innocent and all the man them end up free, as many as possible. Fug especially, you know, I've been a fan of Fug for a while, but like I said, I don't know what anyone's done and haven't done. All I know is it's looking ropey out there, and a lot of men appear to be saying a lot of things. So, you know.
I think one thing that I heard was one of the baby mums or something saying that he should think about his children. And when that gets put into play, I think you do have to think a bit deeper than your gang or your whatever. I'm definitely a law-abiding citizen, so I don't need to worry about snitching or any of that. So I'm good. But I don't know, it's the life you choose, and you have to be prepared for tough moments like this. There are a lot of people that have spent a lot of time in prison because they haven't snitched, and then they've come out, and I don't know, it'd be interesting to sit down with those people and see what they feel. I don't know.
Yo, hey, Fug, listen, I don't even know where to begin, bruv, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't getting out, innit? And it's just peak, bro, because I'm gonna miss the music selfishly, bruv. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss the music a lot, you know what I'm saying? But guys turned on him, bro, and it's like, I don't really know, bruv. That's why if I was doing badness, I'd do it by myself, blood. So no one can snitch on, man, because, yo, man, listen, that's gonna be worse than the prison sentence, yeah? Seeing your guys take the stand and throw you in it, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And that's what he's going through right now. So it's one of them ones that's gonna be way worse than sitting down.
No, that was sick. Carnival 22. I actually went both days, and I haven't done that in a long time. I remember the last time I did that was probably 2019, and I vowed, no, not 2019. It was before my daughter was born. And I vowed, I can't do that again. Mondays are intense. Mondays are still intense. Sunday for me is a better day. But just the fact that we were all brought together, the music, the sun, the rum, my friends, everything else. Yeah, it was a good day. A good 2 days.
What's everything else, bro?
To be continued. I avoided it because...
She's never going to be there, but...
I avoided it because I knew it was going to be crazy. It was going to be wild. It was wild. It looked good from social media, but I did not see one person I did not know there. I didn't... Everybody...
Was like, oh my God, everybody.
Yeah,
Things of carnival, but...
It looked lit, but yeah, why not? I'm glad that it wasn't too...
So yeah, why not? But will you go? Unless it's on a, what's it called, a float, then...
Yeah, I won't be going next year unless it's on a float, but...
Boy, the thing there. Bro, I went and I thought I needed a pacemaker, bro. It was hectic, the jerk smoke, bro, the squashing. Bro, I'd have slipped out some side bit and just got out of there, bro. Happy for it to be back, man. The culture's just there. Obviously, Afrobeats is trying to take over, but yeah, you lot need something big like no new carnival right now for the Jamaican and the West Indian community and everybody. Yeah, rise in peace. Yeah, trust me.
Oh yeah, Carnival was nice. I think because it's been so long. How long was it? Was it like 3 years that we hadn't had a Carnival? I actually went. I went 2 days, and it was just a nice vibe. Like just being able to be outside and just enjoy the food, the atmosphere. Like I knew about the Caribbean culture, right? But I think when you're in Carnival, you feel the culture. Like it's like a whole new love that you just have for Caribbean people. And I think there was an argument that was floating about the fact that they shouldn't play Afrobeats at Carnival. I used to agree with that because I'm like, you know what, I'm African, so yeah, we should be inclusive. However, when I was in Carnival and they were playing Afrobeats in the float, I was like, nah, this is not it. This is not it. We need Caribbean music. Because I feel like it's a Caribbean experience, and I feel like, yeah, I think it's just so great to have that way of just celebrating the Caribbean and the culture, the food, the whistles. I had a whistle, it was really nice. Yeah, I just love that. And I think also just to show that there's more to black people than just gangs and knife crime and all these negative things that they want to put on us. I think it's a nice reminder that we have more to us. We have things to celebrate, our music. So I think it's just great, and thank God for Carnival, man.
Oh, it was lovely. Oh, it was delightful. Yeah, we needed it. We needed it. I was of this like conspiracy theorist, whatever you call it, mind that, you know, they were going to trying to exacerbate people's tensions, and they were going to use that as an opportunity to get people riled up and have more Chris KABA situations. But after COVID, after all the lockdown, we deserved an opportunity to come together and just enjoy ourselves. And I hope they don't take it away from us again. Yeah.
Carnival, man. I'm a carnival man. I love carnival. I've been going to carnival since I was a youth, so I love it. I love soca, calypso music. I love music in general, so it was good for it to be back. It actually was the best carnival I've attended in my life in this country. So the vibes were right. I was in a band with a soca band, but the vibes were right. The energy was right. The people I came across, there was a lot of love, a lot of good energy. The weather was great. Yeah, it was really, really good. The only, you know, negative thing was the killings at the end, but I think that the police have a big part to play in that, in terms of where they bottleneck people into this one area around by Ladbroke Grove. I think it needs to be policed in a much better way. The community needs to have a input into that, because they're causing a lot of these problems, and it was a madness to get out, you know. But overall, it was a really, really positive vibe. I really enjoyed myself over the 2 days, and I just saw people enjoying themselves, you know, after Carnival not being on for a couple of years because of COVID. So yeah, it was a real blessing. So hopefully that good energy continues, man, this year.